Hello, sweet cheeks. Hey guys, it's JStars360 here with another Powerpuff Girls vlog. This is Powerpuff Bluff. Try saying that 3 times fast. Anyway, if you don't remember, this is the episode where these three criminals who keep trying to pull off crimes. They try to rob a bank, a jewelry store, the mayor's house, but the Powerpuff Girls always show up, always beat the shit out of them, and always always wind up getting carted off to jail. And they basically want to figure out a way to get away with crimes without having to deal with the Powerpuff Girls. And conveniently in their jail cell are 3 Powerpuff Girls costumes. So they put them on and basically go out and just commit crimes, and the Powerpuff Girls get blamed for it. And this episode was really funny. First off, again, narrator, I'm probably going to not say this anymore unless, there's something really interesting down with it. But once again, the narrator does a good job changing up the intro. The city of Townsville. But yeah, let's get into the episode, this episode was really funny. Not really funny, but it was pretty funny. I think this is probably the most I've chuckled during a Powerpuff Girls episode out of all the 4 I've seen. And I think a lot of that just has to do with the prisoners. I like the design of the prisoners. They're all very unique and distinct. I like the voices done from... All the 3 prisoners are voiced by the same guy, and that's Jeff Bennett, who has done an insane amount of voice work. I went on to IMDb to look up what he's done, and it's just too much to list. The most distinct thing he's done would be the voice of Johnny Bravo. But yeah, a lot of stuff. So anyway, there's a few reasons why this episode for me was pretty funny. Number 1 was the fact that there just happens to be 3 Powerpuff Girls costumes in the jail cell. Then also I got a laugh out of the fact that these big macho men were dressing up as the Powerpuff Girls. You had the mask and the dresses, and they're big macho, they're muscular, they have these really tough sounding voices, and I don't know, just seeing something that is adorable, something big and macho come out of something as adorable looking as the Powerpuff Girls is just pretty funny in my opinion. And did I say that all 3 of these guys are voiced by the same guy and the voice actor did a good job keeping them distinct? Oh yeah, I did. But anyway, so that was really funny. And just when you see the designs, it's so funny. And then you have... Plus, then there's the fact that these people are just totally cool. Number 1, the fact that they are just totally oblivious to the fact that it's not the Powerpuff Girls, with the exception... I can't remember her name right now. It'll come to me. But pretty much everyone is fooled by this. And not only that, it would have been amusing enough if they were just dumb enough to be fooled by it. But then there's the fact that they are willing to give the Powerpuff Girls, 3 little girls who are in kindergarten, all the money in their bank, all the jewels in the jewelry store. That is just pretty funny. Yeah, so that was funny. Also, there were some clever adult jokes in this episode. One of which is the fact that one of the prisoners, he's looking at the sales clerks, and then he's turned on by the one with the big boobs. It's ooh, sweet cheeks. Again, most little kids, I don't know if they'd pick up on that. And then there's the mayor's house, and then we hear a scream coming from the mayor's house, and I don't know if they were going for this, but it seemed like they were implying that someone was being raped. Again, I could be wrong, I could be reading too much into this, but I don't know. Adult jokes in kids' cartoons are usually pretty subtle, so if I'm reading too much into it, it's because, they aren't flat out obvious, they're hidden, because if they make them blatantly obvious, then people get over them. So anyway, let's see what else. Also, they put I don't know, do I really need to comment the American flag being in this episode? I doubt it. There were 2 American flags in the mayor's house. I don't think I need to comment about that. But I do need to comment the fact that once again they use the mayor as a side gag. It's just oh, the mayor's being robbed, the mayor's oblivious to the fact that these guys aren't the Powerpuff Girls. They're using him as a side, and I think he's more amusing as the bumbling idiot, just occasional laugh. Again, it still remains to be seen whether or not they're gonna give him a full episode, or if the writers just agree, yeah, the mayor's just mainly good for side laughs. Again, I'll have to wait and see. Then there was a funny pun by I guess there was a lesbian joke with like the the female dressed up. That I just realized the prisoners were basically being transvestites. I think that in itself might have been an adult joke. And then there's the fact that the transvestite prisoners were hitting on the mayor's secretary or sex slave or whatever. I don't know what she is. Because the mayor's a wife, and we saw that. Let's see. So, also, love the Dexter cameo. I love that. It's like really quick. Like, I just have where I like rewinding stuff because there's like always little details and stuff. But anyway, so I just happened to pause it. I just happened to spot the Dexter cameo. I was like, that is clever. That is smart. I really like that. I really hope they do more nods to like other cartoons. But you know, Dexter's Lab makes sense because Jendy Tartakovsky is like one of the heads on this who directed this episode. Also directs Dexter's Lab, and they're both running at the same time. So it makes sense that the creator would like to draw a nod to one of his other shows. Craig McCracken did a similar thing when he moved on to Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. He like did an episode where he basically parodied the Powerpuff Girls. Anyway, so back to that. Oh, the wait. So Dexter's in kindergarten? I'm just reading too much into it. So anyway, so then the girls get thrown. So anyway, the girls get thrown in jail, I want to talk about that bit for a bit. I like how once they find out who's impersonating them, the two girls are like, let's go, and then Blossom's like, no, we need to be honorable and stay in jail, and the girl's like, screw it, God. I like this scene for two reasons. Number one, it's showing the Powerpuff Girls are honorable. Yes, they need to save the world, but they're not willing to sort of betray certain ethics to betray the world. Like yes, we're breaking the law to stop criminals. Is that right? Is that wrong? I like how the show is kind of addressing that. Like when the roaches, do you kill the roaches? No, we deal with them in a non-violent way. I think that's kind of clever. I hope the show keeps that up. I think that's kind of smart. And I do like how it shows that there is a time to break the rules. Like, in this case, the girls kind of had to break out of jail because otherwise the criminals would just keep wrecking the place. There are rules, but there are exceptions to the rule. I like how they're teaching that. Like, yes, there are rules, and yes, you should stick by the rules, but you shouldn't stick by them all the time. There are exceptions. But I do also like how the girls get arrested in the end, I thought. You know, it's kind of clever. They didn't entirely get away with it. So, anyway, now I want to talk about the action scene at the end, which was alright, again. It was still the Tartakovsky style, and it was still cool, but I just don't really care for it. It was alright, but I think a lot of it just has to do with the fact that I've seen Samurai Jack, I've seen Clone Wars, where the cartoon one, not the CGI one, where Tartakovsky has just gone all out on action. I've seen him do amazing things of action, and yeah, I think a lot of that and also, yeah, I think it's just because I'm carrying that. And to be fair, he hadn't created those yet. He's still in his early years, so I can't be too harsh. And the action's it's enjoyable. And again, once again, surprisingly violent. Like when Buttercup accidentally hits Blossom, you hear like a snap sound effect, like a really hard sound. Like the sound it made sounds like it's like a whacking sound, like it actually hurt, like a whip crack or something. Again, surprised they put that in. And then you have one bit where a bunch of knives get thrown at Bubbles. I'm like, sometimes I'm amazed just how far the creators are able to go, the animators are able to go in terms of how much violence they're able to show on this cartoon made for little girls. I wonder if they've ever gotten complaints from people saying that little kids have been acting violent because of something they saw in Powerpuff Girls. But yeah, so it was a fun fight, lots of punching. I find it funny when the girls agree to fight their opposites. I thought that was kind of cute. And the villains agree. Although I feel like this fight was a little lacking. Like, there wasn't much tension. It was just, as soon as the girls show up, the criminals are fucked. I have no clue why they fought that just dressing up to the Powerpuff Girls. Yes, it would help them get away with crime, but if the Powerpuff Girls show up, they're still going to beat the shit out of them. So there wasn't that much tension. Hopefully next villain is someone who can put up a bit more of a fight. So, anyway. Oh yeah, and I like the costumes the girls wear at the end of the battle. So before I go, I just want to say there's a couple of criticisms I have about this episode. One is I still find Buttercup's voice a bit distracting. Like, especially when they're in the jail cell and Buttercup says, "Come on, guys, let's bust out of this joint." That reminded me a lot of Rugrats, like whenever they were in the playpen and Tommy would say, "Come on, guys, let's bust out of here." Like, the instant she said that, I thought of Rugrats. I'm like, wonder, was that supposed to be a nod to Rugrats or not? But I don't know. I just still find Buttercup's voice really distracting. Again, maybe if I watch more of it, I'll just get used to it, but I don't know, that voice is just really distracting. But yeah. So yeah, and I think it's kind of hurting Buttercup's character, because I find her voice, I don't know, that just voice is so distracting. I can't get attached to the character. Like, Blossom Uncle Wolf is the smart, responsible leader. Bubbles, cute and adorable Buttercup. Because I thought I was going to really like Buttercup. It's this really tough, no-nonsense girl, but no. Oh yeah, and they also acknowledge all sisters in this one, which, even though they're result of an experiment. So, anyway, let's see, what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, I didn't have a criticism, which is that, I thought the speech Blossom gave when they realized who the imposters are, and Blossom is like, "Let's go catch them." I thought that was a little cheesy, but again, little kid show, Cartoon Network, I gotta let that slide. Gonna have to deal with stuff like that. So that's all I have to say about the episode in regards to pros and cons. I just want to comment on Miss, I can't remember her name right now. Actually, I had to look up her name. I'll hopefully get this down soon. Miss Bellum, I think it is. The animators are really going out of her way to hide her face. I mean, for one thing, there's like one shot where the girl's looking upward. It's like a point of view shot, and her boobs are obstructing her face. Again, boob shot, another adult joke. And then there's the fact that her neck is like unrealistically long. Like, it is like insane how long her neck is. Like, the animators are going out of their way to like hide, make sure you don't see what her face looks like. So yeah, that's pretty much all to say in this episode. Again, funny episode. I'm enjoying Powerpuff Girls. Oh yeah, one more thing. TV.com said that apparently Insecticide and Powerpuff Bluff were going to air as the first episode, but it just wound up that the episodes that aired first. I think it worked out that way. Again, for reasons I said in my other vlog, you know, especially the fact that it was the big introduction of Mojo Jojo, the main villain. So, I think it worked out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Looking on Netflix, I think Him is the next episode, which I'm looking forward to. I mean, I've heard so much about Him, and saw clips of it, can't wait. Looks like that's the next episode. So, yeah, I don't have any more to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. This is JStar260, signing out. I'll see you guys later.